move just a hair here, Tyler? Can I?
What's up? What you doing? It's gonna look weird. You're gonna throw off the vibe. Okay,
I'm not. I just like.
Tyler's. You have to approve.
Am I good, dude?
Yeah, we gotta do the same thing, Nick.
It's just.
Of course I do, dude. Of course. Mike finds a way to jack up my afternoon, dude. Welcome back to the Extended Cut Podcast. We go a little bit deeper into the weekend message and process what's going on in the world, in our lives. I'm Nick. This is the co-host.
What up?
Saying that now?
It's Mike.
Mike from Monroe, the Monreezy.
Let's go, baby. Motown.
First things first, Mariners. They're there. We'll give the Mariners 90 seconds right now.
M's won the AL West.
Yeah.
We're excited about it.
Okay.
Don't know when this pod's coming out, but
Okay.
they won the AL West.
Is this the most exciting time in Mariners baseball in recent memory?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Okay.
A few years ago when we made it to the playoffs, I think
Rally
it was
shoe?
I think it was 2022.
That's
I think
it?
it was.
Yeah.
Made the playoff game, 18 inning game. I was there. It was great.
Way to throw that in. Did we win or lose that game?
We lost.
Oh.
But that was the first time they had been to the playoffs since 2001.
Which is the last time I personally followed the Mariners
And
closely.
this year is this year's the first time we've won the division since 2001 as well.
Got
so
it.
it's not the
Okay.
first time we went to the playoffs, but we only played one game. This time we're going to get a full series.
Okay.
So it's going to be the whole playoff experience.
What is the
coming to Seattle.
deepest the Mariners have ever gone in the playoffs?
I think they just went to the ALCS.
Okay.
And lost to the Yankees
Yeah,
in
got it.
2001, I believe.
Got it. Yep. That's right, dude. Best team money can buy. That's what we're talking about for the Yankees.
100%, dude. I think so.
Money talks, dude.
Money does talk. 95, the year I was born, is the one that everyone gets excited about in the Kingdom. That video
Yeah. Edgar's up to bat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude, the bone.
What's that?
Jay Buhner, bro.
That's his nickname?
Jay Buhner's nickname is the bone.
Are you sure? I'm gonna get somebody. Can somebody fact check
literally,
this? Dude?
yeah, but dude.
Okay.
I'm friends with his son, dude. Get out of my face, Gunner. Gunner Buhner, bro.
Are you sure it's not like the Bune?
Bro, you're an idiot.
Okay. While Mike allegedly fact checks that, what does he have to do with the 1995 game?
I was just saying people from that team, dude, like a big people.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
gosh.
Jay Buhner. I don't remember who else. Randy Johnson, was he still throwing then?
I think so, yeah.
Gosh, man.
Jay Buhner's nickname, the bone.
The Bune.
Bone. B-O-N-E, bro.
Okay, I got it. Thank you. All right. This week we did week 4 of Asking for a Friend. You wrote this outline, Mike.
Dude, I wrote the outline.
You wrote the outline. Where'd it come from?
Came from myself.
Okay.
It came from all the questions that we got.
You did. Okay.
We kind of threw in there as like a placeholder about marriage.
Yeah.
Because we were getting a lot of questions about that. And then as I read through all of the responses and stuff like that, it seemed like even the marriage questions, as well as some others, they really all boiled down to hard conversations.
It was people use it as like just, anonymous therapy.
100%.
You know?
100%. It's like, I don't know how to have this conversation with this person.
Yeah.
You should preach a sermon on it.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Just from that place, I feel like any sort of things, problems we're having relationally, marriage, friends, work, social media, whatever, it all comes down to communication. And so,
it does.
Wrote a message all around the importance of hard conversations, why they matter, and kind of a framework going into those conversations.
Good. Come on, bro. Fun. It's fun to do.
Dude.
One of the things we talked about is just the levels of engagement, right? So we talked about you got unconnected, connected, friends and acquaintances, close friends, core. I think those are all of them.
Yep.
It's interesting that we're at a point in history where you could fight with any of those categories.
100%.
Whereas
on
even
a public forum.
On a public forum that's documented.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Whereas before, like, you could probably fight with people you weren't connected with, but like you had to do it in person. Like, I wonder what that, you know what I mean? Like, you had to fight with your barber. dangerous. I wouldn't, So
you don't want to go back if you've had a fight. Find somebody else.
But now it's just interesting that we can. I wouldn't say. What do you think the difference is between like a social media, like comment fest and a hard conversation?
I think it. On social media, there's no cost really to it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? In that, like, there is a cost in the sense of like, yeah, it's documented. Other people are seeing it.
Sure.
You can say stupid stuff, and that's always going to be
look
there.
Wild. Yeah.
But you don't ever have to see that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For
so
sure.
like, if for example, if I had an issue with something you said on a Sunday morning, as a pastor,
many do,
and I was like, this idiot at Mill Creek said this on stage. I also have to encounter you in person afterwards.
No doubt.
So there's a cost there.
No doubt.
To the pastor in Texas that I disagree with, chances are I'm never running into this person in my life. And so there's no cost associated with it.
Dude. Yeah. No, that's interesting. There's no cost and there's no relationship.
Exactly. Which is why I think it's a little bit easier to throw shade at people that you don't know personally.
Yeah, totally.
I think we talked about this a few weeks ago.
Did we? Probably.
Of talking about how we, I don't remember what message it was, but talking about how we look at other people in 2 dimensions and ourselves in 3 dimensions.
That's right.
In that, if they said this, therefore this also has to be true. But then for ourselves, it's like, there's more to the story.
Yeah, and I think on the 2-dimensional side too, it's not just like let's just take that all the way and to the unhealthy, obviously the very unhealthy side is like if you're a guy and your girlfriend left you for your roommate, and
that would suck.
That's a bummer. It's just girlfriend, so still a bummer, but sorry. Sorry. But then what you probably have a tendency to do, one, is to flatten that person to 2 dimensions.
Yep.
But also you have a temptation to flatten like all women.
For sure.
Now you're like, oh, this is just what women are like. They all just do this. They're all going to keep them away from your roommate, Jeff, because, whatever, fill in the blank.
Sucks.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's also what gets amplified on social media is like the way people feel about people. If they've been through something hard and they flatten someone into 2 dimensions, they then broadcast that out.
Yeah.
Because we can all self-publish now on our telephones. So it's just interesting, man. It's not how versus a hard conversation like you're saying. Involves more risk. But like I feel like the purpose of a hard conversation is like you're going to express how you feel. But then there's like a chance something's going to transform. Mm-hmm. Whereas I kind of feel, and I talked about this yesterday, or on Sunday, I don't know what day, but I feel like one of the things I think about the social media comment section in the same way that I think about the dudes outside the Mariners game with the bullhorn.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not saying that nobody's ever been converted from that. I just don't know anybody, don't even know a person who knows a person.
Yeah.
Don't even know second cousins of third friends who, just like, I just don't think it happens.
Yeah.
And not saying it couldn't, but I don't think it does. And I feel like that's the same, like, I don't know anybody who's ever read like a comment on social, either on their post or somebody else and been like, yeah, you know what?
I'm convinced.
I need to rethink this.
Yeah.
It just ups the defenses.
Yeah, it seems like a way to just rally the people that agree with you and push away or continue to bring fuel to a fire.
No doubt, dude. Okay, so how do we walk through it, Mike? First, we're trying to protect hard conversations, protect what's closest in.
Mm-hmm. So it's those close relationships.
Yeah.
So it's like I think that the idea around it that we were discussing was our closest relationships, our marriage, our family, whatever. Mm-hmm. If we avoid these conversations, we're setting ourselves up for failure down the road. Because eventually all these things are going to boil up because you're in relationship with these people constantly.
Yeah,
so
totally.
like with my spouse, if there's something that I'm holding in that I should share, it's a hard conversation, whatever. The longer I hold on to that, the more dangerous it gets.
Yep.
Because I'm avoiding when we could have worked through it.
Yep.
at the beginning.
Yeah, bro. No, we've been doing as a staff the idea of, Patrick Lencioni stuff. And I think that's what the Bible, what the scriptures, I can't remember the exact scripture we used for that one. I think it was out of Matthew. But it's almost the idea that when you love someone a lot, you will go the extra step to engage. I don't think the scripture says conflict specifically there, but it's almost like, I would apply that. I don't think Patrick Lencioni made it up. I think he's discovered the biblical principles. Yeah. And he's a Christian. He's Catholic. Anyway, it's irrelevant. But you start with the with the idea of an absence of trust leads to a fear of conflict.
For sure.
So it's interesting. It's like in our closest relationships, I would naturally have a tendency to think about okay, in my closest relationships, they should be marked by peace and harmony, and that's how I'll know they're healthy. But really, if my closest relationships are marked by we can have really healthy and robust conflict, that's how you actually know they're healthy.
How have you seen that play out in your own life?
I mean, not well at times. Yeah, I have
What's that mean?
I have a tendency probably toward artificial harmony.
Okay.
And so to the end of the spectrum that like my wife will ask me hey, this is much earlier in our marriage, man, you okay? Something's on your mind. I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Narrator, he was not fine. Yeah, of course I'm not fine. But it kind of felt like I didn't want to have the conflict because I wanted to be perceived as being okay. It wasn't so much that I didn't want to fight. I didn't mind that, but I just didn't want to seem needy. And I think that's a part of it where it's but we all have needs. And so if those needs just bottle up, then they explode. And so I think that's where leaning into almost just lets the pressure out of the kettle a little bit.
For sure.
And so what about you?
Yeah. Side note, dude, you're showing a lot of skin today.
So dumb, dude. Mike put this on social media earlier today, dude.
Look how much skin our pastor.
I'm just trying to. First of all, these are not capris. Okay, they're short pants.
They're pants that go to your ankles when you stand, when you sit.
Yeah, I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to blend in with Gen Z here.
They're closer to the knee than the ankle.
No, oh my gosh, dude.
Currently, they're closer.
Yeah, currently they're bunched all up. So are yours. Okay.
No, they're not. They're an inch above my ankle. Dude, my gosh.
Golly, dude. I know Mike put it on social today. I don't even.
Dude, I know. I got a big following, man. People they're just after my content.
And that was during all staff. I'm like, what were you doing that you were doing?
We were talking about AI or something.
Okay.
Dude, in my life, Hannah and I, when we first got married.
Yes. Which was young. Y'all got married young.
Yeah, she was 20. I was 23.
Okay. Not communication pros in the early 20s.
No, not pros. Still not. But one thing, it wasn't until after our second kid, we just never really fought. And part of that was we just avoided it. And she came from a family that they kind of just put everything underneath the rug and they just avoided it.
Yeah.
My family, my parents would fight, but we never saw it. So I never saw my parents fight one time in my whole entire life.
Yeah.
Even though now I know that they did. We've had conversations about it.
Yeah.
And so I never saw anything go good or bad. So we would always get nervous when we'd fight. But then it was after Ren was born, and Ren was born completely deaf. And so that was a big thing for us. And
what year was Ren born again?
2022.
2022.
Yeah, so she was born April 2022.
Okay.
And we found out, got the final testing that she was profoundly deaf. She hears nothing the day before I left for summer camp.
Wow.
So I got the information, went to summer camp. Hannah and I worked together for 4 days.
Wow.
I got back. I was home for 3 days, left for Mexico missions trip.
Got it.
Was gone for 10 days, got back, was home for 3 days, went to high school summer camp, then got back. And so we had a month and a half where we didn't talk at all.
Dang.
And then it was our anniversary in August.
Okay.
And I remember I've shared the story a handful of times. We sat at dinner at our anniversary.
Okay.
And we just fought for an hour, dude. Just going at it on our anniversary.
Wow. That's exciting.
It was super, dude. Sparks were flying. And what we realized post, looking back on that conversation, is we were both processing so much, but we didn't know how to. So we would just bottled it all up.
Yeah.
And then there was also frustrations and like how she was responding to it. And she had frustrations of how I was responding to it, but we didn't know how to communicate about it.
And you had been gone.
And I had been gone. And so I say all that to say, we've learned now that like a good fight's good every once in a while.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
sure.
Like we got to hash it out and get how we're feeling out. And like, we've learned how to fight in more of a healthy manner to the point it does protect the most important relationship, us having those hard conversations and those conflicts. I think it truly does protect the thing. It makes you stronger at the end of the day.
Yeah. And I think a phrase I like to use that I've used before, I'm sure I'll use again, but is the idea of the last 10% of like going, because like I think not easy, but I think you can work your way up to sharing the 90. Like, here's what whether it's work, friends, whatever. Hey, here's something I see. But that last 10% of like sharing all of it,
for sure.
That's the hard part. And I think what's interesting about that is I think somewhere in there is like fear and protection for you. You're like, because if I go the last 10%, I'm like fully vulnerable with this person. And if they don't do anything about it or they don't change their behavior or they say that's stupid, like that feels scary. But
for sure.
I think that this week we talked about how like as Jesus followers, one of the ways we witness to a watching world is through the way we have conflict.
For sure.
I think part of that is, yes, of course, not losing our crap on people, not, flipping people off on Highway 2. Like, don't do that. That's not helpful.
Yeah, unless it's needed or like warranted, that's what I mean.
Dude, if a gray Nissan Leaf cuts you off, that was you. So yeah, just keep my away from a Charger.
It's more my life situation that I'm in a Nissan Leaf.
No, dude, that Leaf is quick. It's like a golf cart.
Dude, it's sick, dude. 150 miles, man.
Wow.
Per charge.
The OG. So yeah, I mean, it's you witness to the world through like obviously being peaceful, but I think it's also through the vulnerability in it, because I do think that what the scripture's talking about there is being able to be so secure in yourself that you can, or secure in yourself because of who God is for you.
For sure.
So you can like go the last 10% with people. And it doesn't have to be like this, like, ooh, what if they reject me? Or, know, so I think that to me right there is like the intersection of discipleship and conflict.
For sure. Second point we went over was it heals what's broken. So you kind of skipped over to point 4.
I jumped it.
When you jumped it, we're back.
Okay. I mean, we don't have to go through these point by point, but
heals what's broken. Boy. I think as I was writing the outline, and I don't know how it came out in your own sermon, but I feel like sometimes in conflict or in conversations, there's almost sometimes good things we want to say to people, but we're afraid of. Like, I don't want to come across weird or like, I can think sometimes spiritually speaking, I can feel encouraged or convicted by the Spirit of God to like go encourage that random person.
Okay.
Or go and say that thing to the person I know is going through something hard.
Ooh, I know. Okay, I got you.
And I will avoid it.
Hard does not equal bad.
Hard does not equal bad.
Yeah.
And
hard equals risky.
Yeah. And so there's also almost fear of like, I don't want them to think I'm weird. Yeah, also, like
you are.
Okay, dude. And also, like, I don't want to come across as like, just like over the top or whatever.
Yeah.
When I think sometimes God will speak through us as believers to other people in those situations. If we'll power through the awkwardness. Yeah. Just go, you know what? I don't know if this is going to be helpful or not, but like, I just feel like Lord might be saying this to you in this situation.
Dude, yeah. I love that. So, yeah. Because you never know what kind of brokenness somebody else is experiencing.
For sure.
Dude. Love it, man. What else to talk about?
Have you ever had that happen? Have you ever like, or maybe you're you're not very spiritually inclined to the word of the Lord, the Holy Spirit in your life?
One time at Starbucks when I was in college, at the 85th Street Starbucks, Rose Hill in Kirkland.
Okay.
I was working there, and this random dude I'd never seen before came up to me and was like, "Hey, man, I just want to tell you, like, I don't know you at all. I'm a Christian. God wanted me to tell you he sees what you're doing. And one of the things that God's going to let happen in your life is you'll see like walls break down in new areas." That was it.
Interesting.
And he bailed. So So yeah, I mean, I don't know, we don't have to go through a brief history of my life. Sure, I think that's been true different times, but like, yeah, I mean, that meant a lot, like to the point that obviously I remember it now. That was what, now 18 years ago at least, dude, get out of here.
That's crazy.
So yeah, so it's just kind of like, I agree that either a word, or it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be spiritual, I guess.
Sure.
It could just be encouraging.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you're really good at this, or that could really do something in people.
For sure. Have you ever experienced it on the flip side where you've gotten something for somebody?
Yeah. This is an interesting one that just popped up.
Dude,
I guess this isn't me for someone. Somebody had a dream. Someone I know had a dream that I'm not that connected with. I mean, he moves fast in and out of my life as a friend, but ish. Anyway, but he had this dream about another friend who I don't know, but then I popped up in the dream, and so I had a conversation with the guy who he had the dream about. I finally just talked to that guy. I said, dude, I know this is probably weird for both of us. So I just told this person, I'm like, hey, because this happened, I just feel like I'm supposed to help you. I feel like God put me in your life for a reason.
Yep.
Just like, so tell me what you need. Tell me what I can do. Tell me about you, blah, 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 blah.
There we go.
What about you?
Yeah, dude, I've had some pretty interesting encounters. I feel like as reformed
That's a good name for an alternative podcast for us, is Interesting Encounters.
Interesting Encounters. Dude, start another pod, dude. Let's go.
You can host that one.
I've had as reformed as an individual that I am.
Right.
I think that the Lord has given me, in some sort of sense, one of the gifts that I have is the gift of prophecy in some ways.
That is in the Bible. I mean, don't tell John MacArthur, rest in peace. But.
No, I know. But I've had countless times where I've just felt like the Lord put something on my heart for somebody that I didn't know, or didn't know what was going on. It's been directly what's been going on in their life. And
so good.
I try to be in tune to that as much as I possibly can and take advantage of that. The first time I remember it, I was 16 years old. I just got my license.
Okay.
And there was this dude, I was rolling through Sunrise, the development I lived in, by Emerald Ridge High School down in Puyallup.
Shout out 253.
It was like 11 o'clock. I was in my Suburban, dude, 2003 subwoofers in the back, dude, bumping some Wiz Khalifa probably. But there was this car parked in this park. It was like 11 o'clock.
AM or PM?
PM.
Okay.
PM night, dude.
All
Pitch
right,
black
dude,
outside.
in Puyallup.
Dude, holla at your boy.
Okay.
And I felt like the Lord said, you need to go pray for that person. And I was like, okay, this is weird. And so I rolled up to this dude. I just knocked on the window. This dude like rolls down his window or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was this young adult, 21, 22-year-old kid who had just gotten kicked out of his house.
Wow,
he
dude.
was, I don't remember all the details of the story, but I was just able to pray with him. And what I started to pray was like exactly what he had been going through in his life. And so that was the first time when I was like, oh, this is interesting. I've never seen this pop up.
That's unique.
And then I've seen that it pop up a lot of times in my life as well. So
love it, dude.
It's been interesting.
Heals what's broken through the risk.
Dude, come on.
Through the hard convo.
Dude, what was point number 3?
Okay. Let's see. So hang on. What was point number 1?
Protects
what's closest. Heals what's broken. Strengthens what we share.
Yeah.
Witness to watching world.
Yeah.
I don't know how to riff on number 3 right now.
Dude, me either.
Get out there and strengthen it. Strengthen what we got in common.
We already covered some of it, bro.
Yeah, dude, we did. Hard convos, man. That's it.
Dude, what you got for your fans out there, dude?
Dude, I have no fans, Mike.
That's not true, dude. How's jujitsu, dude?
Dude, just having fun, dude.
How often you been going?
I think I heard that if you go less than 3 times a week, you get worse.
How often are you going is what I said.
Well, so I'm getting to that, Mike, because I would say I've lived that out because like some months I'm like, what is happening right now? So I try to go 3. But then the other thing is you're not supposed to space them out, but usually I'm going to go Friday, Saturday. And then
he's still not answered the question.
Yeah, between 2 to 3 times a week. Sometimes 4. It ebbs and flows. It's not like a hard thing. Like if I went 4 times a week for 3 weeks in a row, my discs in my back would disintegrate.
Okay.
It'd be done. So that's where I got to pace it.
Got it.
But I try to hit 3 and usually do.
Got it. Good for you, man.
But now that we got Alpha, we got stuff going now. It's ministry season, which is the best.
Alpha's kick in, bro.
Alpha's going buck wild. We got Monroe represented.
Dude, we got 2 tables out there.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get a guest on the pod soon?
Yes, for sure. I don't know who James Powell, dude.
Dude, I won't be here.
Just me and him then.
Me and JP, that'll be a good one.
That'll be a good one, actually. That'll be too bad you're not here. Him, and then I want to get Lexi back on here. Well, on here. We recorded, but we had some technical issues, unfortunately.
Dude, never mind. I won't be back in time. Shoot. I land on the 5th at like 1:30 in the afternoon when you'll be recording. Are you going to record that afternoon?
That's the plan. I got to talk to him about it.
He'll be game.
Anyway, dude, thanks for checking out the Extended Cut podcast. See you next week.